Keir Starmer faces criticism from Donald Trump over Iran strike decision. Sir Keir Starmer has defended his decision not to permit the United States to use British military bases during the initial wave of airstrikes against Iran, following sharp criticism from President Donald Trump. The Prime Minister initially refused to allow the use of the joint UK-US base at Diego Garcia for the opening strikes. However, on Sunday he granted permission for American forces to operate from British facilities, including RAF Fairford, to target Iran's missile launch sites and weapons storage facilities after Tehran launched retaliatory attacks across the Middle East. President Trump said he was very disappointed by Sir Keir's earlier refusal, claiming it took far too long for the UK to reverse its position. In remarks to The Telegraph, he suggested the Prime Minister had concerns about the legal basis for involvement. Addressing MPs in the House of Commons, Sir Keir said the initial decision had been deliberate and insisted it was guided solely by Britain's national interest. President Trump has expressed his disagreement with our decision not to get involved in the initial strikes, but it is my duty to judge what is in Britain's national interest, he said. He added that Britain must learn from the mistakes of the Iraq War and stressed that any military action must have a lawful basis and a viable, thought-through plan. In what appeared to be a subtle criticism of Washington's strategy, he stated, "This government does not believe in regime change from the skies." Escalating regional threat. Iran's retaliation against US and Israeli operations has struck targets in several Middle Eastern countries, including the United Arab Emirates, Qatar and Saudi Arabia. British officials fear Tehran could sustain further action in the coming days. Approximately 300,000 British nationals are believed to be in affected countries, with more than 100,000 having registered with the Foreign Office as contingency plans, including the possibility of large-scale evacuations, are prepared. Hours after the Prime Minister's announcement permitting US access to British bases, a drone struck RAF Akrotiri. Sir Keir clarified that the drone had been launched before his decision and was not a direct response to it. Defence Secretary John Healey confirmed there were no casualties and described the damage as minimal. As a precaution, families of service personnel have been relocated. Cypriot authorities later reported that 2 additional drones heading towards the base were intercepted. Political reaction at home. The decision has also sparked criticism domestically. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch accused the government of hesitating for political reasons, alleging Labour sought to avoid alienating sections of its voter base. She dismissed the Prime Minister's legal justification, claiming the delay was driven by partisan political calculations. The disagreement marks an unusual public rift between London and Washington, highlighting tensions within the long-standing defence partnership as both nations respond to mounting instability in the Middle East.